And for Nukeduck, it is his most played champion at 30 games, but he's only won 10 of those. And by the way, Jarvan has been banned 2 of the 4 games already, and it is now drafted first.
But I'm so confused here, Trevor. LeBlanc is very slippery. If you usually want to shut down mid, you can't do it with the Jarvan. LeBlanc is just going to jump away from your flag and drag. But right here, Caps is going to reply with that silence, which means Pic's like, nah. If they're locked in for the side of XL, they're gonna be stolen away ultimates for Caps.
Now, of course, with the 2 teams in play, one of the things we were talking about is how we actually wouldn't be surprised to see some shenanigans. This is a little surprising. Nila is locked in. What do you make of this?
Okay, so apparently she's extremely broken because she has invulnerabilities. She reduces magic damage coming at her. She has something like a counter-strike like Jax has. And double invulnerability right there for you, Trevor.
Oh my word. Okay, so Taric as well. Okay, make some sense of this. Now, Flackett's gonna lock in the Siva.
Okay, so the only thing I'm not sure of is how does Nila do in the early versus the late game? Because this is the first time I'm going to be seeing her in professional play. And we know that CV loves to shove in that lane and play for that late game 2 to 3 item power spike for the side of G2. So I'd love to see how Nila actually pairs up into that matchup. And of course, what support G2 is going to choose to put next to Flacket, because traditionally G2, in every single game this season they've played on red side, every single one except one, they've always counterpicked support R5 for Targamas.
Oh man, now does this surprise draft from XL throw a curveball? Vi will be removed from the pool. Markoon has already lost access to that Wukong, the Poppy, the Trundle, the Jarvan. So where does he go to after that? We have seen a couple of Hecarim games, Volibear as well, Viego. So I'm not sure what he wants to run in this particular scenario.
I'd say something that pairs up really well with LeBlanc is something like a Lee Sin. Now, we haven't necessarily seen Markoon play too much Lee Sin, but that is a way to actually capitalize on having that LeBlanc and getting the 2 versus 2. And Lee Sin is actually pretty okay to Jarvan as well. He gets to hop out of the Cataclysm too. So we'll see how G2 actually choose to use that Jarvan in the early game, because so far bot lane seems like a no-go, mid lane seems like a no-go.
I mean, Rakan, Janna banned away. Targamas, does he get the pick now or on R5, as G2 have done so frequently this summer? And of course, we're going to have to find out how this draft from G2 will play out during the course of the early game. They have struggled all summer, and Sejuani will be secured. I'm seeing a death ball.
It's another R5 for Targamas. Yep. This guy has been so integral for G2, roaming around the map, getting the better matchup, and actually capitalizing on shadowing his laners around the map. There's no way. Okay.
Okay, let's focus in now on this composition here from XL. With so many junglers being banned away, Markoon does have to go down the list. It will be a Viego. How on earth can we set some expectations for this draft to come together, as it looks like it's going to be that Nila Taric bottom lane if this Ornn gets secured for top?
So what I really like so far here is that they have a scaling jungler for the side of XL, but you also have a very heavy roaming brawler in the mid lane, which is the LeBlanc. You get to shove in Sylas, who's going to be playing melee form, into you, and then you get to bleed the pressure onto the sides. Now, what does Targamas pick here to roam? Because actually maybe even something like a Pyke, now that you have a CV on the bot side of the map. Okay, that was anticlimactic.
It could have been, but it's going to pivot away to the Lulu. I think, again, kind of synergizes and fits with this composition. Run forward, you've got the movement speed buff, you've got that ability to wild growth, the LeBlanc target, or that, Viego ultimate. So can work out, but for me, G2 makes perfect, crystal clear sense. Group up, bundle, push. I have no idea what to expect here from XL, and this first pick LeBlanc as well as Nila.
I'm just looking at the Jarvan, I'm like, where in the world do you go? Do you pair up together with Sejuani top lane, try to punish a tank to give a kill to another tank? Do you go
Jankos waiting for that E to come up. It is available. Markoon now stepping forward to try cut off Caps, who's being flanked by Nukeduck as well. The chains don't find a target. Finn, Bellows Breath does a lot of damage, but first blood is secured by G2 and the crowd goes wild. Markoon's trying to chase forward with those auto attacks and will get a reply.
And that is absolute chaos 4 minutes in. quick reminder, last time G2 were able to shut down XL was through mid-jungle synergy, shutting down Nukeduck. This time G2 are hitting towards the top side of the map. In the mid lane though.
Okay, Glacial Prison needs to find a target. Markoon's only level 5. Nukeduck is going to be able to escape with that Mimic for now. Now Markoon stepping forward again. No Heartbreaker. Patrick gets the first kill. The flag and drag is dashed away from his cap, stole that Heartbreaker and used it as an escape. XL get another.
And XL are so quick to reply on the map. Even Patrick actually roamed towards that mid lane to cover for Nukeduck. They knew that Broken Blade would be roaming really quickly. And we said this about Sejuani. Level 6, you've got such a strong button for engage. Broken Blade would get there the second
time. Let's see if he can do it.
Finn is roaming towards the top side of the map. The bot is in trouble.
What a stun! Mickey and Markoon, the M&M duo, setting it up. Heartbreaker will secure the kill onto Target Master's Broken Blade. Will be flanked by Caps. That's a hijacked on ultimate, knocked backwards, sending XL flying. Here comes Markoon for the re-engage as Jankos flags, drags, and cataclysms his way into Markoon's face. Another kill secured. This time it's Nukeduck that picks it up as Flacket gets the first for G2 in the fight. It's not done yet as Caps and Flacket trying to hold off the siege. The tower is being chunked out as Shelly's been summoned. And Markoon continues the chase. Flash forward into Ethereal Chains will root up one. Cap survives thanks to the Lulu Shield, but not much longer. Markoon 3-0-2, and they could continue the push.
And Markoon is one of the most aggressive junglers we have over in the LEC. I have been casting this guy's career ever since he stepped foot in the NLC. He's been 100% kill participation from the XL jungler, and XL are doing the same thing. They're trying to dive the bot lane of G2 over and over again. They know they have the invulnerability if they want to dive, but there's not even a tower to dive. Targamas and Flacket are playing between tier 1 and tier 2, which means XL don't even have to worry about tower shots, and by the time the rest of the G2 members arrive, XL are still with numbers advantage here.
I mean, such a fantastic start with that two-man dazzle, and I think, again, an example of XL being first to the play, being ahead of G2 throughout the course of this game. They've extended that gold lead to nearly 3,000. And this team composition that XL have put together really does well in these scattered fights. They can pick off the targets they want to. They've got a lot of mobility in CC. And Markoon dancing on the edge.
Right there by the mid-jungle duo. Again, the reason they were able to beat XL last time was through Caps and Jankos shutting down Nukeduck. But I don't think Nukeduck is the guy you need to worry about.
No, you don't. Markoon's going to go forward, targeting Targamas, pulled backwards as Patrick is tanking out the tower. They're not going to be able to find the kill thanks to that wild growth. Cataclysm is available. Jankos flags, drags, and dunks down onto Patrick. He's already used that Apotheosis, and that's one more for G2. Markoon is the next target as Flacket takes down Mickey, and Markoon may not be able to escape. Shut down. G2 right back in it.
Over-aggression from XL, instant punish from G2, and Berlin is going mad. G2 really needs this if they want to pull this back. Only 800 gold deficit. That's going to be their second dragon as well. And some kills are going 3 items onto her to start doing damage. And let's watch this again. They know that Nukeduck is dead, and Caps and Jankos are towards the top of the map. So again, they have numbers advantage. But what's happening here is that Patrick starts by tanking the tower, which means he has to leave from that engage very early on, even though he has that shield bow. And by that time, Jankos has rolled all the way from the top side of the map. They catch them. Broken Blade also is into the play, and they actually punish that 3-man core from XL for overextending.
Exceptional punish from G2. Will secure the second dragon of the game as well.
Wait for this LeBlanc and the impact he's going to make, because again, that LeBlanc was B1.
Ooh, that means there's a lot of pressure to step up and find those picks. Caps is now under some level of pressure here. Be able to look for those chains. Nukeduck stepping forward. The Heartbreaker comes out, and there should be a kill secure. Caps down to 200 hit points, and on the mini-map, no one else really available. No real,
they kill them before Taric ultimate takes turn.
And the moment that engage comes down, follow Caps and Flacket's HP bars. XL need to take them down. The dazzle finds the root, the flag, and the drag from Jankos does wonders. The Cosmic Radiance will buy some time as Jankos is forced to flash defensively. Nobody's died just yet, and the prison will whiff. Caps is stepping forward. He's got the Heartbreaker available to him. The chains will whiff, and Mickey is able to escape. Now Finn, the next target, stashing forward. Caps will be able to find one. It's Flacket that actually gets the last hit, and now Markoon's the target. Another for Flacket, a third for Flacket, and it's G2 that destroy XL.
And XL pile up into this choke point. Nukeduck go goes too deep. No one touches Flacket the entirety of the time. And we said if anyone gets the kills from G2, it has to be this Severe. And it has been Flacket this entire time. He went under the radar. He was shoving in waves. He was getting the gold. He was getting the items. And now that he has 3 beefy members standing in front of him, he was untouched and cleans up house for G2.
I mean, I'm going to keep my eyes now on how Flacket is positioning, and put yourself in XL's shoes. How do they get through this front line onto the damage dealers?
I mean, look at that. While the ultimate from Taric is going down, Jankos is keeping 4 members busy and survives, which means now that the Taric ultimate is not a thing, now that Nukeduck is very low HP, you get to start chasing because you have Caps, you've got Broken Blade and Jankos that can dive in with really big HP bars and allow Severe to just run them down.
It really feels like as soon as XL are retreating with this composition, it loses a lot of the synergies and the values. Patrick on this Nila hasn't necessarily taken over the game, as Jankos will stay alive a couple seconds longer to get back to his team and escape with his life. Trouble. G2 have the kill lead, have the dragon lead, have a 5v5 setup. Gigantic initiation tools available for both Cosmic Radiance, still available for Caps. Cataclysm is flashed away from by Mickey, and that's at least the hijacked Cosmic used. Broken Blade split off from the rest of the team. Finn will get that knock up. Call of the Forge God will whiff and not find further. The re-engage coming from G2 will be thwarted by the Cosmic Radiance. XL need to get the damage down, but they can't do it. They can't touch Flacket. They cannot find the bot laner. 1, 2, 3, 4 kills secured already, and Jankos is trying to hunt down Nukeduck. It may just be a matter of time.
Oh, Dargamon's gonna flash forward for the ace! And G2 win a very crucial fight. Again, XL pile up on the choke points too. But this G2 composition is very anti-melee. And as you'll see, Patrick will dash in, get his ultimate, trying to catch G2 off guard. He'll do it right now. Dives in, presses ult, but he's in the middle of 5 members from G2 who are extremely beefy. And through this entire time, Flacket has been completely untouched. The ricochets from Severe are absolutely wrecking the XL members that are piling up through that round.
I mean, all 5 of them, beautiful ricochet targets. Great fight. This will extend that lead. So Soul was secured, Baron was secured, and G2 are now just tearing through this middle lane. Broken Blade stepping forward, Glacial Prison is available to him. If we get a moment's left, I want to see how much damage Flacket has been able to deal throughout the course of this game. Finn, by the way, is trying to get something in the bottom lane, but he needs to be with his team to defend.
Finn is your go button. If you're XL, you cannot have your own in the front line because G2 are just going to walk in. There is nobody that poses a threat of engage to G2 if Owen is not there. So G2 are just going to walk in, take your main middle inhibitor, and Finn only replies with a side lane tower. 22k almost from this Severe. The closest one is 14.
I mean, 7-0-5 for Flacket right now. He's been untouched through multiple fights, and it's G2 on the initiation. Caps takes a lot of damage, but Mickey's forced to use the ulti already. The Forge God goes through, spell shielded by Flacket, who finishes off that inner turret. The re-engage, and Patrick is being forced away by Broken Blade. That's another kill for Flacket. He's legendary, a double. And G2 are now setting their sights on the Nexus. They're pouring into the base. The Red Bull Baron power play is still in effect, and those minions are going to help tear through this Nexus turret.
And the guy who was criticized in spring comes into this game, takes the resources and carries the team to victory.
G2 esports are not done yet. They continue the chase onto Nukeduck and Mickey, looking for a couple extra kills. One last XL member standing is dropped inside of the base. G2 dominate XL. Those team